Howdy. So this is optimizing my sleep day. Let me get to it. I've been optimizing my sleep for a while though, so I wouldn't say it's nothing special, but it's not unique as a series goes. It's just that this series allows me to share a lot of information to do with insomnia, to do with my experience with insomnia. Pretty effing brutal insomnia. And my brother just uploaded his carnivore diet video. That's nice. So I had to do that through my videos, my optimizing my sleep videos. This is optimizing my sleep day 6. And before I get into what I'm doing to optimize my sleep, I'm just going to share quickly a comment that was left on one of my videos and respond to it because it's a really great comment, and I wanted to actually respond to it over video because I think that that's what this comment deserves. And I'll include it in my optimizing my sleep video because it's related to that and it just felt right. So, hey Devin, I watched your playlist on insomnia. Thank you so much. It's very insightful and you're a great source of information. Oh, thank you. I got emotional at the end. You're a great man. God bless you and protect you. I got emotional throughout that series too. I've cried a lot during that video series. Link down below if you want to see me crying about insomnia. And sharing good information, evidently. I'll get back to his comment. I have some residual questions. 1, will you ever get back to quote-unquote normal eating habits and quit carnivore? Do you currently eat vegetables? 2, how could you tell from a comment I made that I might have physiological causes for my insomnia? 3, as most of your ideas are based on the right kind of food to eat in the gut, I wonder if this is also a cure for neurological causes of insomnia. 4, how long do you usually fast for? Also notice that many of your insights on meditation, walking, and de-stressing tackle the issue of anxiety, hyperarousal when it comes to insomnia. So maybe a tip from me, true surrendering if you're religious to God, and being persistent seems to be the cure too. I agree. As in leaving the struggle of insomnia, letting go mentally while still trying to eat good and do our best with the mindset of, I'm not doing this to sleep just to feel good because I want to return to life. I have found that when I go to bed and do something for the purpose of getting some sleep, that it backfires. I think that true formation mindset takes time, and that you notice, yes, you are clean, Katarina. That true formation of mindset takes time, and that you truly notice the difference when you realize I'm not trying to control sleep anymore. It's something that one cannot control, not directly at least. So getting back to bed, imagine something nice and peaceful, not really caring if I'll be able to sleep or not, on repeat seems to break the cycle. Plus, the things you talk about in your course are of the utmost importance too. Thank you. Keep going and all the best. And then a last question, what if I can't figure out what's causing insomnia by the elimination diet? Or is it ever too late for the elimination diet, as you said in one of your videos, to do it as quickly as possible? So I'll address these one at a time. So will I ever go back to normal eating habits and quit carnivore? Do I currently eat vegetables? No, I do not currently eat any vegetables. I can't even have spices on my meat or I stop sleeping. Will I ever go back to eating normal? No. Will I go off carnivore? Yes. At some point I will go off of carnivore, but I'm probably going to play like some people do cyclic ketosis on the scale of weeks. I'm probably going to do cyclic carnivore and lion diet on the scale of decades because I just don't ever want this to come back ever. And I also love the way I feel on the carnivore diet. I just feel better than I've ever felt in my whole life. So I want to keep that feeling going as much as possible. And yeah, I'll have raw milk at some point in the distant future, like 3 years from now. Maybe I'll have some raw honey too. Maybe I'll eat an apple, maybe a fermented apple. Maybe I'll have some blueberries, be really adventurous. But no, I'm going to be returning to carnivore. I'll probably do that for like a few months and then back on carnivore because I have some ideas on nitrogen balance and positive nitrogen balance in cells and how positive nitrogen balance keeps iron metabolism healthy, and you want to just keep getting rid of iron, because iron overload is one of the major causes of runaway inflammation. How could you tell from a comment I made that I might have physiological causes for my insomnia? So I have to think back to the comment you made. Let me see if I can find it back in one of those videos. So I think it might have been this one. Oh, okay. So he says here, so basically, you can have early onset insomnia, not sleep anxiety. How do you know if that's the case? And what you might do about it, simply put. Also, many argue it's impossible to only sleep for 2 hours a day on end. Can a sleep continuously? They say people with insomnia usually underestimate the amount they sleep. That was his video. And then he says, yes. And I say, yes, the gaslighting is real. I've not slept for a month. That's me counting the seconds to make sure I wasn't insane and imagining it. And then some dork online who hasn't begun to learn the meaning of suffering says I'm underestimating how much sleep I've got. I wasn't referring to him. I was referring to whoever he was referencing. Some people probably have sleep anxiety. The people I worked with have early onset insomnia or full-blown insomnia. Fatal insomnia has now been documented, so everyone who says it's impossible to not sleep for that long can shove it. What I have or had is something like that. It is something like fatal insomnia, anti-NMDA receptor encephalopathy, or Morvan syndrome. I feel like they're all linked together in some formation of evil that I've had to experience derivatives of for my whole life. But anyway, so then he says, I believe you actually took amoxicillin. It didn't sleep for 3 days, but I am getting better. Do you think I might have early onset insomnia or just sleep anxiety, as I suffer from anxiety too? And so then I said, I think you probably have early onset insomnia, probably predisposition towards insomnia. That's just beginning to pop its head out. Recommend going through the insomnia course, link down below. And this is one he referenced that he thought was very good. Figuring out what foods are most triggering for you, building healthy habits. If you do that, it might never get worse. You may experience lifelong good health, but if you don't, you'll likely be in worlds of sleep-deprived pain in 2 to 5 years. I stand by that. And so how was I able to diagnose that he had, how could you tell from a comment I made that I might have physiological causes for insomnia? Well, if you're up for 3 days straight, that's not anxiety. Like, you can't anxiety yourself into being up for 3 days straight, unless you're worried someone's gonna come kill you. Sound fair? I mean, you ever had such bad anxiety you didn't sleep for 72 hours straight? That's a long time to stay awake. There's something going on. I mean, if you're trying to sleep and you can't sleep for 72 hours, there's something going on. And in my experience, health coaching hundreds of people, they always had some sort of episodes like that years before they came to me. Because I just asked them. I was like, have you ever had an episode before where you did not sleep for 2, 3, 4 days or more? Yes. How long have your sleep disruptions been going on for? And I created a timeline. I mean, I haven't published this timeline. Holy cow, I should publish the timeline. I'm going to actually write this down. Publish the insomnia development timeline. Because this is actually pretty interesting. Just taking notes. Okay, so basically, the insomnia development timeline is pretty consistent. I figured this out from health coaching people with insomnia. You start off where you have trouble falling asleep, and this can go, usually starts in childhood, adolescence, could start at the age of 30. But you have some period of time for a few years, 10 years or so, maybe a little longer. You just have trouble falling asleep sometimes, and it kind of gets worse. Sometimes then you have trouble sleeping, and then maybe you have like one episode where you don't sleep for like 3 days, and then things kind of go back to normal, and then you kind of have trouble sleeping, and then a few years later, these 3-day episodes are happening all the time. It's just what happens. I mean, this is just what people report to me. This is what I've experienced myself, and so I was experiencing this my whole life, and I'm like, am I crazy? No, I'm not. There are plenty of people out there. Just scour my YouTube channel. You'll find like there's a webinar I've done. It's a gosh darn webinar where people showed up who have been to like 7 doctors each, and they still have insomnia. I think one guy actually might have only been to like 2 or 3 doctors, but one guy had been to over 7 doctors, and he still has insomnia. It's the same exact thing I described. He's on the webinar going, "What do I do?" Describing all the same symptoms I'm describing. I mean, like I can just run a paid ad and people just show up. I don't have to run paid ads. People just show up in my YouTube videos. If you want me to like interview you and give you a little free health coaching on a YouTube video, hit me up. I might be interested in doing that just because it'd be useful for people to see. You'd say, I'll let you know what I think you should do. I will go through all your symptoms. I'll kind of take you through a little bit of the health coaching process that I used to do with clients. And it'll just put it up on YouTube and people can see and be like, oh, wow, I have the same thing, or I don't have the same thing. That's an option. Hit me up in the comments if you're interested. I don't know if I'll actually do that, but I'm interested right now, so hit me up if you're interested. Free health coaching. This is the only time you're going to get it. So how could I tell? It's just, dude, you're up for 3 days. You don't have anxiety. You got early onset insomnia. And he says, as most of your ideas are based on the right kind of food to eat, the gut, I wonder if this is also a cure for neurological cause of insomnia. Yes, it is. Neurological insomnia is rooted in metabolic dysfunction and gut dysfunction, which is also highly metabolic. Notice that many of your insights, taking walks, surrendering to God, seems to be the cure. Yeah, I mean, you do have to, like, relax, and you have to, like, let go of your anger and resentment and hatred of the world and everything. And surrender to God, I believe, and in my experience, is truly one of the most powerful things you can do. But it's not sufficient. I mean, I surrendered to God for frickin' 10 years before fixing this stuff for the first time, and then I was surrendered. April, wait, I'm making this video.
Daddy, it's bedtime.
How do you know it's bedtime?
Because it is bedtime. What bedtime? It's nighttime.
I can see that, but I'm almost done with the video.
Daddy, bedtime on bedtime.
Wait and be quiet, and then you can have a hug when I'm done. Because it's important.
What bedtime? What bedtime?
Shh, got him, shh. So yeah, that is true. Is leaving the struggle of insomnia, letting go. Mentally, you're still trying to do your best. I'm just doing this. So I would try to optimize your ability to focus in meditation. That's kind of what I do. I try to optimize like how good I feel in the moment without doing deleterious things. And yeah, I don't really say I'm doing this to sleep. I mean, I kind of do actually, and it still works because I'm doing the right things. But I try to not focus on sleep. I try to focus on like gut health, digestion, going for a walk, not puking when I'm experiencing this like really badly, feeling some peace and quiet in my mind. But I do also focus on sleeping, so it doesn't really, it's not anxiety based insomnia. So getting to bed, imagining something nice and peaceful, not truly care if you know the sleep or not, on repeat also breaks the cycle. Plus, then you talk about in the course of the utmost importance too. Yeah, you don't want to like just sit there obsessing over sleep all the time, but honestly, I don't find it makes a difference now that I've actually like been doing the lion diet for 8-9 months now with intermittent fasting and chlorella and green tea. It doesn't make a lick of difference. Like I just go to sleep because I get tired. It's great. Except I'm tired all the time now because I didn't sleep for so long. Keep going, all the best. You too, man. Really appreciate that, especially that like you're a great man. God protect you. You know, that's why I make these videos. Hope they help you and everyone else watching. And then last question: what if I can't figure out what's causing insomnia by the elimination diet? Or is it ever too late for the elimination diet? As you said in one of your videos, do it as quickly as possible. So you'll be able to figure it out. Like if you do what I'm doing and you only eat beef, salt, and water, like if you actually push it to the point where you're only eating beef, salt, and water for like 9 months, 2 years, slowly reintroducing foods, you will figure it out. If you still can't figure it out, follow along with this series. I mean, I'm making YouTube videos every single day for the foreseeable future, so you can see me reintroducing foods. I'll make videos on which foods I would start with introducing. I would start with Christopher Walker's Thermo diet foods, because those are generally the best tolerated by people. As far as
You gotta go to bed now.
no, April, you need to go upstairs and go to bed. I'll be up there shortly.
Well, it's so dark.
So as far as what I'm doing, taking sleep minerals, eating beef, salt, and water, drinking plenty of water. I haven't had trace minerals today. Haven't even really supplemented vitamin D today, which might be a very good thing to do, but we'll see. I mean, I took a lot of vitamin D yesterday. I got sunlight today, meditating. Slept well last night, slept well the night before. We'll see how I sleep tonight. I had fish eggs yesterday. Took Adderall yesterday. No Adderall, just paracetam and lion diet today. We'll see if I need to take vitamin D. I mean, I feel like vitamin D is very important. I took a lot yesterday. Probably definitely take some tomorrow. Salt. Drink a lot of water. Probably put snake juice in my water. Having trouble sleeping, but sleeping very well. And I hope this video has been helpful to you guys. Leave a comment below if you have any questions.